Okay, Steve, those were exciting customers, but they were fairly large in a Swedish sense. Do you see that the cloud services might be the thing that makes companies like Microsoft go after the small business as well?
Well, Microsoft's after the small business. The question is, what's the best way, not just for our company, but anybody in the IT industry, to serve the small business? My characterization of most smaller-sized companies is that, in a sense, they're very talented. They have very talented people in IT, but they have very small IT staffs. The typical small or medium business might have 2 to 5 to 15 people maximum in IT, much different than a, say, Volvo or a GlaxoSmithKline. And particularly as the size of the IT organization is smaller, the ability to deal with a wide diversity of things is lower, which makes the cloud almost a better opportunity then for the small company than it is for the large company. The problem is the small company tends to get a little overwhelmed in what's going on today and really has to be even more deliberate about taking a step back and saying the best way to get new IT capacity in our little company will be first to move some things to the cloud. But I think it'll be the most powerful thing in taking the next step and allowing small companies to be as productive in their use of IT as the larger companies.
Okay, we're talking about the cloud here today, but I mean, technology shifts, they are often, in all fairness, identified after they become a fact. So why do you know that this is actually the shit, as they say?
Well, nothing could be more obvious. Maybe it is after the fact, and in many cases the devil is in the details. But if you say to somebody, look, there's 2 ways to do things. One that is locked up and sort of isolated, where you don't benefit at all from the work of others on an ongoing and regular basis, and where every company on the planet has to essentially redo the same things. And there's another way of doing things that get better every day, that benefit by the full value of the world's experience, where you can implement and operate things once on a global scale. If you said that about anything on the planet, I think it'd be obvious that number 2 should beat number 1. It's only a question of when. The question is, when do you get over the obstacles? How compatible is the cloud approach? How easy is it to bring along the old applications? How well does the privacy and security work? I don't think that there's anything other than, I have 100% certainty on the issue, and yet I think reasonable people can debate when the time frames might be right.
So it's only a question of when?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. A fairly obvious question that the moderator must ask is that the audience here must wonder, the cloud model must be affecting your traditional business model, the licensing model.
Yeah, it should be good if we do it right. And if we do it badly, it won't be good. No, it sounds silly. It's just different. You tell me, in the old days, that is in the non-cloud world, we get a chance to build brilliant software, and then we hand it over the wall. And whatever our customers choose to pay us, we receive. Now we get to build the same brilliant software. We have the opportunity, perhaps, to update it and change it more frequently. We have the chance to provide the value not just in the software, but we get a chance to run it and operate it and keep it up and save you money in labor cost and capital cost and equipment cost. So we get a chance to do everything we used to do, plus a whole bunch of things that we never did, plus save you more money. I scratch my head and say, let's not fumble that opportunity. Someplace there's probably a chance for us to profit and for our customers to net save money. And so I actually see it as a growth opportunity. Of course, we have a new round of competition, and the number one thing that will affect always how much money you make at something is how good you are at it and how good you are relative to competition. In the world of software and software licensing, we've had to compete with stuff that was, quote, free, unquote. And hey, we made good money competing against free with more value. In this world, we get even more opportunity to add value, and I'm excited about that, and I think our first customers are also excited about that.
Okay. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
So, thank you very much for coming here today. It's Mr. Steve Ballmer, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Jaha, din högste chef verkar vara rätt tydlig när det gäller hur spännande han tycker att det här är.
Ja, det är han. Och det är väldigt spännande. För jag tror att det är så här som det är med alla nya stora innovationer, att det förändrar vårt tankesätt, vårt sätt att se på saker och ting och vad som kommer framöver. Men det kommer också förändra vår vardag som privatpersoner. DN skrev häromdagen att 50 000 arbetstillfällen har försvunnit i samband med den senaste krisen. Frågan jag ställer mig, är det så att arbetstillfällena har försvunnit helt och hållet för att aldrig komma tillbaka? Eller är det så att det är nya saker som vi förväntas göra, fast lite annorlunda? Svenskt Näringsliv har ett organ som heter Ekonomifakta. Och de har tagit fram information som säger att de senaste 50-60 åren så har det inte tillkommit några nya jobb i den privata sektorn. Betyder det att det helt och hållet inte har hänt någonting? Nej, vi vet allihopa att vi har haft en tillväxt löpande år efter år. Men det är så, enligt Ekonomifakta, att de nya jobben ersätter de gamla. Så det handlar om att ta till sig nya saker att arbeta på. Och tillbaka igen, det är precis vad det här målet innebär. Ett skifte, att tänka nytt och använda tekniken på ett nytt sätt.
Okej, alltså det där tycker jag är intressant för att ekonomifakta.se skriver ju även då att vi under den här tiden har vi blivit 2 miljoner fler i Sverige. Och om vi nu ska försöka möta det där problemet som nuvarande regeringen naturligtvis ser också att vi har inga jobb i Sverige, så måste tillväxten antagligen ske i de små och medelstora företagen. Det är ju därför jag tycker det är spännande att jobba med det jag jobbar. För att tittar man på de stora företagen i Sverige idag som vi har levt ganska gott på, åtminstone fram till 70-, 80-, 90-talen, så växer de ju när det gäller arbetstillfällen inte i Sverige utan utanför Sverige. Så jag tror att det finns en hel del att göra för att se till att svenska företag, framförallt medelstor men även småklass om man säger så, ska kunna bli konkurrenskraftiga. Och där tror jag att ni har en rätt kul grej, säger Steve Ballmer i alla fall.